Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Ty, and we are here playing Front the RTS, which is a title that I have been very, very excited to see released. It seems like it's going to blend all the things that I love in RTS and strategy games as a whole. That is, grand strategy, being able to have a sandbox campaign that lets you play as you will, and have the ability to build armies that you like, send in reinforcements from other zones, use tactics, have doctrines that you fight under. This game, its art style is amazing. It reminds me of, or not reminds me, but it seems like what I imagined games like Tiberian Sun and Command & Conquer 3 looking like in this day and age. The art style is great. There's really distinction between the factions, and it plays very much like Command & Conquer, but it also has those elements of StarCraft as well, like siege tank walls and being able to turtle down. In the demo, which will be available soon, as in the 15th of June, there are 3 factions, but you can only play as one of them. There are the rebels, the mutants, and then us. I don't know what our faction's called, but we fight very much like the Terrans from StarCraft. Tonight we're going to fight both of the enemies. I really like the mutants' aesthetics, so we might fight them first. It says here that they are constantly forcing close combat and heavy assault units, and they create a serious obstacle even for experienced commanders. Now, we don't have any of the grand strategy or the strategy layer available in the demo, but to simulate that, we've got this strike force here where you can call in reinforcements from your units. And it sort of dictates, what you bring dictates your sort of starting play, I guess you could say. I've played a couple of games against both of the enemies. Against these horde, I'm going to bring in the big guns. We can use 300 resources here for this first wave, and there are 4 slots. So we'll make this one here tank regiment, and then we'll have some infantry in the second wave. There is a timer on bringing in reinforcements. I have 15, some AT squads, some assault squads, and a couple of BTRs. And then the third wave of reinforcements, I might make this. We've got. Let's make this another tank regiment. No, that's too expensive. Let's make it rocket artillery. And then some supporting infantry. And then the final wave, I'm going to bring more dreadnoughts, because they're just cool. Hey, going underground dude, welcome. Now there are some settings here that you can change to change your experience. The parts section here is to do with high-tech stuff, buildings and dreadnoughts, and it says here that this is usually replenished from the global map, but that's not present, so you can just set how many parts you want. You can set the enemy difficulty. It says here that the bots start cheating after 2.5. I'll leave it at standard. And the size of the enemy base. I tested this at like max, and it becomes like horde defense at max base size. It's kind of crazy. And basically I just had to have a wall of tanks. I made a short about it. It was just, I had to burn everything. And the thing that I like most about this is the scale of the combat. So the infantry operate in squads, and every time you build one, you get it's like 5 dudes. And so eventually there's guys everywhere. It's great. And then you've got hordes of monsters. It's all good. Let's jump in. We're going up against the mutants in our first battle. We've got our strike forces ready, and I've just set up siege artillery here as our initial base defense. As I said, it plays very much like Command & Conquer. You can choose your initial deployment zone from 4 on the map. Let's choose the one with the most immediate resources. This one looks like it'll be good. And this is our MCV. And then we have the tanks. I should have made those artillery actually, but that's alright. Like Command & Conquer 3, we've got support powers that you can call in, and the reinforcements are part of that. So, like most Command & Conquer games, you want to get straight into your processing, collecting the ore or Tiberium looking stuff. And like I said, the art style's great. I love it. It's real, but it's animated. Cartoonish. Gives it a real dieselpunk style feel to it. Alright. So MCV, get some power down. Some units have special abilities, like your MCV, you can just spawn infantry from it. No cost. That's just got a cooldown. Get a barracks for some infantry. Now some of the buildings have synergies when you place them near each other, or in particular, like the machinery plant, if you place it in a row, it makes all the units cheaper. The objective is to take the 3 control points and wipe out our enemy, who are disgusting. Got a construction crane here to get an extra build queue, so I'll get one of these down nice and early. From what I've gathered though, this game won't be multiplayer, but I guess don't quote me on that, it's just what I've read. It's going to focus more on the single player experience. At least in the short term. Got civilian buildings that you can garrison throughout, which we might actually do. Get some eyes on. Well, we'll get out our early infantry. We've got riflemen and an AT squad. We'll set up a waypoint and then put that on auto build. It's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. I don't say that lightly. I play a lot of games, and like one that's tried to emulate Command & Conquer was Tempest Rising, and it did an amazing job of that. But it was missing some things like scale. A modern RTS needs to have scale, and this feels a bit like Supreme Commander in that you can just have shit tons of stuff as long as your supply can carry it. So you've got the materials bringing in here, but then you've got supply, which is boosted by a specific building, which is... I can't remember what it is. We'll get through it eventually. Machinery plant is next, but we're out of money, so let's build another processing plant. Yeah, the combat will happen. Like, the whole map is infested. Kind of like Gladius in a way. Just the whole place is just crawling. And when you turn the base size up, it's even more insane. I really like the enemy. I wish I could have played as them. All in due time. These guys are just our forward observers. I'm not expecting them to hold. And we're out of power. I guess it's going to take some getting used to. Some of the buildings I'm not used, like, I don't know what they do when you look at them at a glance. But that's just, I haven't played very much of it. We can now bring in another reinforcement wave. So I'm going to do that. Let's bring in our other dreadnoughts. This simulates what will happen on the global map where you can bring other armies. Who needs base defenses when you got these things? I just have to be careful because they will destroy all these buildings just by shooting through them. Oh, here come the enemy. They're already in our base. We have to get some base defenses over on this side. Swarms of locust-like things. And worms. There is friendly fire too, so you got to be careful. So I've reached supply cap and I needed to top that up by building more supply zones. Silos needed. Economy's in shambles, I gotta work on that. The third faction that I can see are like raiders, but I don't know if they're just a placeholder. The wormy guys, the not Zerg. They're actually like the Tiberium Sun mutants from exposure to Tiberium. I'm not going to say that's inspiration, but that's what they remind me of. Alright, we're going to creep up. I just love the prospect of turtling up against the horde. We've got to get these supply depots down because we are at cap already because of the giant artillery pieces I brought. Then you build a warehouse to give you a giant capacity. Yeah. Oranginium. That's a good one. These ones are obstructed by the towers. I should probably relocate them. That one especially. There is a repair vehicle. What's the brim? Need more minerals. And since we're not playing hardcore sweating RTS fans, we can take our time. get some more infantry up. We're going to creep up towards this base here. Keep building these supply zones so you can have a massive army. You're going to need it. And their base defenses are pretty cool. You can build trenches and you've got relocatable turrets. I haven't quite worked out the best way to relocate a base yet, though, or to spread your influence. Besides these cranes everywhere. Yeah, APM, what is that? Got a few support powers, but like we can call in Scout. Have a look and see what their base is doing. If we stack these buildings, you get more damage on your units. And I need the forge to expand power production. Resource prospects are pretty shitty over this side. It does do that. I know for a fact that when you build the complector, it shows you where the connection is best. So I will build barracks and supporting structures for this one. So this one produces better if it's got power connection and a barracks. Yes. Trenches and arty, that's what we're going for. Grimdark battles. Meat grinder. So there's a nasty piece of work right there. But their base has not expanded very far. Let's put the bombers in. Again, more bombers. Oh, we lost it. I don't mind using all my support powers. Spy plane spotting us. Good target. First lot is napalm. To fry all their bugs. Let's put a dent in their economy. One would hope. Alright, let's get back to base work. And the additional generator comes from that forge. Guess another construction crane over here. We need more supplies. Always need more supplies. Let's move the tanks up to take that thing out. Yeah, it's got a banging soundtrack. It's got a great aesthetic. Early days, but it certainly has promise. These tanks are on a one-way trip. Let's send in the dropship. Oh no, they're all going to die to that thing. Those things are really powerful. The lurkers are after us. Alright, let's try and figure out how to move the base. I know I can move the MCV. I think this is an outpost, but we need more storage. I'm not sure how long it's been in development for. I just know that I've wanted to play it for about a year and a half. We need one more, come on. Send some help over there. So this thing just spawns these brutes, and if you have like a barracks and a power generator and that next to them, it gets better. Alright, now there is, I think, a building that will just generate money for us. We need that. Here it is, material fabricator. Well, let's save up for a few of those. Let's bring the army back. They're just getting killed for no reason. Let's do an infantry charge. Don't go the way our artillery's shooting. I've got to stop that barracks, it's just churning out infantry. Need to save up for materials. Yeah, they're basically clone fabricators, yeah. So they create 10 each, unless I put a storage next to them. If I can find a supply depot, I think it's that one. Storages. This one. I need materials. I need more power. Send our clones in to fight, just keep them going to the battle, I guess. We've taken this zone here. But it is contested. Yes, and they think for themselves. It seems like I couldn't get this to link up. Oh no, they're explosive. Well, we just learned a lesson then. Now I've just destroyed the base facility. Alright, it's going over here now. I want to set up some base defense before we move these things, because if this base here calls in a wave of reinforcements, there'll be heaps of them coming towards us. Let's get these material fabricators made. Where is my repair button? B is repair. It was unfortunate that those things blew me up. That was 100% science. Don't you learn from my mistakes. Clones are going in. Brutes. Let's keep the pressure on with a wave of infantry. So yeah, we've just doubled the output of that. Now I just need a power station to make it faster. Oh, it must only be allowed to have a certain amount of connections. Let's test that theory too for science. Yes, so 3 connections. Barracks nearby receive 5% discount on infantry created. Okay. We've got new infantry as well, so let's set up squads. And let's set up some defenses. Again, for science. These turrets here can be repositioned. They walk. And I'm pretty sure it's just unlimited units as long as you can have the supplies for them. And in a modern RTS, that's what I kind of want unlimited scale. Oh, we won't get the brutes in there. They need to be doing something more useful, like dying. Okay, learn some things. Let's keep stacking power. We need more material fabricators. Everyone's dead up there, as expected. Spy plane's still alive. I guess I could just now move the MCV. I'm not sure if you can build another though, that's the main thing. Let's get up here and take this land. They have heaps of materials out here. We should probably push that way. And we are running out. Yeah, this side is barren. We're gonna have to push over here. Hey Lupus, how you going? Space marining? Drop some infantry in. And it is fully 3D, you can look around in that. Oh shit, those are big boys. Dropping them right into danger. Cerberus. Totally nothing to worry about. Alright, let's keep building tanks. We're gonna need tanks. And artillery. I'll just keep that on continuous. We've taken this zone up here. Pretty sure this is an outpost. I'll build that. Then we've got flamethrower turrets as well, that they don't move. Silos needed. And I want one of those outposts. No, that one's not straight. You got disconnected. That sucks, man. Don't worry, I can relate. Dropship troops get in the buildings. We need to make a push on this area here to secure these resources. And this army's just going to hold here until I figure out what I want to do with it. Yeah, I know, right? And I discovered that if you blow up, if you try to delete certain buildings, they are explosive and they'll take everything else out around them. So I'm a bit worried to do that again. Just can't keep up with our supply demands, though. I think let's move these big boys up. I think I have 6 of them, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And well, I guess we'll move the infantry up. Our harvesters have run out of things to get. Geez, I can't keep up with this supply. There is no limit to expansion. It did say in the tutorial that you could make massive bases. I just don't know how to expand it. I'm pretty sure it's this heavy repair vehicle, but I think it's an outpost as well. Yeah, we're playing against the mutants. Send the brutes in, they can deal with it. Those things are so cool. You can upgrade them too. But we're going to build specialized ones for that. Oh, there's the other one. I knew I had 6. There will be a limit to how much we can expand because we run out of cogs, which is your global resource. Well, it has tactical pause. That is a huge... It's going to... I'm pretty sure it's going to be 100% single player. So yeah, it's got tactical pause if you need it. And I'm pretty sure you can slow it down. I might be mistaken with that. I like these, like... I can't remember what that's called when it's kind of real and you get to feel it. Yeah, I thought you could slow it down, but you can definitely tactical pause it. Kill that thing before it gets a chance to act. Oh, they've got bees. Buzzy bees. I don't think I have any anti-air. That's alright. It was just a probing attack. Yeah, you can give them the big howitzer, but I'm going to build a couple specifically for that and keep those guys as gun platforms. If I can find my... there we go, the machinery plant. Probably need to hotkey those things. Let's build a couple of dreads ourselves. Oh, they need to be built like structures. Oh, again, we're at cap. Jeez. Supply is... It's hard to keep such a large army together. Go, brutes, go. You are our only hope. What is my options here for anti-air, I wonder? Maybe the BTRs. And the squads, the assault squads, I think have got AA. I think that would suit it midway. If they weren't so protective of their music, I'd probably do the same. I think we blew that up. Oh well. Brutes getting clapped by friendly AA, friendly artillery. Oh, this thing's got to move. I've run out of space already. There's our new one. Let's upgrade it. There it is, the big boy. I need to order my whole army just to attack this section. We've been holding the line at this other zone, but we'll just push this one. It's got more resources over here. Spotting for us. The hell? I want to play as these guys. As much as I love not Terran siege tanks, yeah, the siege tanks do have a fire arc, but you can give them an order to reposition that. We have enough support here. Push out. Take down the construction crane. Let's move these ones up. We need materials. Let's get Big Bertha up to fight. I like the reload animation for that thing. It's got its own crane. Yeah, yes, they are. They've got like hovercraft looking dreadnought things. They kind of remind me of the Helldivers faction. Push these tentacles out of my garden. Get out. Collection has started over here, but we're run out of storage anyway. We're running out of parts. So no more high-tech buildings or units. That's why I put it up a little bit, so we could have heaps of good stuff. Send the army over there. If they run out and die, that's their problem. We'll build another. We'll take this one to the front. I really can't wait to see what the strategy layer holds for us. I've seen a few screenshots and my hopes are high. I play another really good RTS, Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, but its sandbox mode isn't quite what I was looking for. It's still good, but I just want something that's a true sandbox. I want to have persistent armies. I want to have this artillery piece here just be a linchpin of my army for the entire game. Oh, we've been flanked by worms. Lucky we have an artillery battery just here. When you turn the base size up to max, it's like they are billions. They are trillions. And then it becomes very much take ground step by step. This is the demo, but it will be released very soon. The 15th. I believe at 8 a.m. Moscow time. Yeah, make sure you wishlist it, guys. Show him some love. Give him the inspiration to get this out to us in the best possible format. Snipers trying to take out the bugs. No, I haven't actually captured the zones, so we better do that. And with auto build, you just have an army there when the L1 dies. So if your production capacity was high enough, you could play it like Supreme Commander and just have streams of enemies meeting their streams of enemies coming back at you. Then we just need to take out those last two factories up in the north. Send the entire army to there. No super weapons though, as far as I can see. I've got a radar, which I didn't build. And here's the outpost, I think it is. Let's test that theory too. You've seen all you got to see? Good on you, man. Like I said, Tempest Rising was the next closest thing to attempt to revive Command & Conquer, and I thought it did a great job. But in terms of replayability, for me, it's a one and done campaign. And replayability is the key to a successful RTS in the long term. Something that becomes a favorite for a long time. We need to retreat. That's a significant push of Xenos. Lucky the BTRs can shoot AA. Oh, and so can our Interceptor, as the name implies. Alright, let's get the artillery set up. Got them hemmed in. Not long now. Let's have a look at the reload of this machine. It makes me wonder who the composer is that did the tracks, because it's very similar to a style from the game that I mentioned before, Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. He's like, I can't look, boss. Too many Xenos for my liking. That thing's the Overlord, or the big collector. Get it. It's feeding on the material. Get it. Got no actual army down here. New units scrambling. We're out of energy. Just have to get some units into this point and we win. I believe the radar lets us do a sensor sweep when you have energy. They do. Rev 6.5. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I've seen a few screen captures of them just tearing apart a striker and then killing everyone that tried to leave. As well as the flamethrower vehicles. What a nasty piece of work that thing is. Yeah, so it plays like StarCraft, but it's got the UI and sort of gameplay meta, the build meta of Command & Conquer. You still have to finish off the survivors. Hey Roffagon, how you going, mate? Welcome. Welcome to the Dust Front. We need to kill 72 units and take back control of those points because we keep losing them. Too many worms on that side. Creator of flies. Yep, created some flies, alright. I'm not sure what you have to do to charge these up, but you can do it. Get the worm. So this thing, still trying to figure it out. Go down here. Make the outpost there. Fresh wave of stuff just came out of that section here. Let's push it. Just press F2 to select all your combat units and just charge them in with an attack move. So this thing can build ramshackle defenses, lightweight generators, and a warehouse. And it's got a build zone, so can we build over here? Yes. So I guess you want to try and sneak in a construction crane and then move on. There you have it. That was the mutants. Arguably the other faction is easier to find. It's like, add to wish list. Most certainly already there. Let's play again against the Rebels, a more classic faction with a focus on mobile and light units. Excellent as a starting opponent as they are inherently weaker in firepower. So we will start off with an infantry line, and so I'm not breaking the game with those. If they had have put a concerted push, those siege tanks would have just pushed everyone away. They're very good. You can't build these, so I'm going to take some of them with us. And a second battery here as well. There's no rhyme or reason behind what I'm choosing. Whole heap of armored cars, why not? Some tanks. And then we will bring 3 for the final push. I'll give myself more parts again. Keep everything this... Oh, I might just go massive base and see what happens. I did it with the mutants. Ah, no, that'll make it a 3-hour game. Yeah, we'll just keep it at the same. But you can do it. This is the tutorial. It explains everything. It's quite good. This time, we want some actual materials to start with. So let's build here. I'm going to skip all the tutorial. You've seen how it works. Yeah, that's to simulate the global map. So I don't think it'll exist in the main game as it does, but it'll be your armies from other regions, or maybe whatever facilities are in the other regions surrounding where you're attacking. I'm not sure how it'll come together, but it did say that that's what it's simulating. See if we can take this early. We can if we get some protection. They can also call in reinforcements too. But I don't think the Zergling guys did it. I won't call them that. The mutants. They're not Zerglings. Get in the buildings. Poke the hornet's nest. Uh-oh. That's like their best thing. And it gets like trailers it can tow. It's quite cool. We better do something about that because that army's going to die. Yes, yeah, it's like the main game mode will be sort of like a sandbox strategy world where you attack regions, build stuff in your regions. I think there were like support powers or some kind of yeah, I'm not sure. I won't speak too highly of it. I didn't look too deeply into how that's going to work. And I will do some proper research. Only the units inside the building survived. Yeah, it's very gritty. Kind of sick of sunshine and roses. I want something gritty, like Tiberium Sun and Command & Conquer 3's vibe. We better actually build a base, eh? come the reinforcements. I have seen that. That was a surprise hit, wasn't it? I'm going to actually cover that. I just have to buy it. It looks really cool. Alright, we've got some front line forming up there. We're a bit hemmed in here with all these resources around us. Yeah, I'll get a construction crane up next. I was just testing my infantry rush, see how that goes. It's like they're armed with a recoilless rifle or something similar. And those large vehicles, you can actually recover them if you have a repair vehicle around. They got regional prices. Okay, cool. And it's on discount for release. Yeah, mad. Alright, let's get some reinforcements up here. Infantry in the buildings. Oh, and hey, Mizzy. Good to see you, mate. Sorry I missed your message there. It's, this game is requiring a bit of focus. Good to see you, mate. Let's push this second zone and see what they're up to. Alright, the plan is to take this thing out and retreat. Probably retreat sooner rather than later. Yes. They can fire on the retreat, which I like. They're not completely useless. Get another one of these things out and spread out. I have to get an armory to upgrade the power plants. Or an arsenal, I think it is. One of those two. Foundry, there it is. There goes the bomber. And then it was supply depot to start spreading out warehouses. Foundry for the power plants. It's because the AAA companies see no money in it, but god damn it, as if there isn't money there to be made. They're just after quick development cycles, you know, quick turnarounds. They don't want to put real effort in. So if we had a Brem, we could recover that. Let's try and do it. Did I build? Well, we better get some eyes out there, trying to sneak assault trucks into my base. I get to play it because I asked really nicely, and I was able to show it to a wide audience. And I've worked really hard to get to that point. But you'll be able to play it in the next 24 hours. I've already played the mutants, yeah, we fought them just now, and in comparison, these rebels ain't nothing. The mutants had a base all over the map. These guys I could just take out with the starting reinforcements. We haven't even really worried about the base. Let's get the complector in. This thing needs space. Yes, like the Tyranids, like the Zerg. I can't, I need eyes in. Can I summon these guys anywhere? Let's try and get an airstrike in deep. Yes, we survived. We had a line of the siege tank machines, the dreadnoughts. Deep strike here with the heavy bomber. They actually have AA. Didn't feel like the bugs had AA. It's a little bit dense, that base. Let's go with some BTRs and some tanks. We need supplies, we need all sorts of stuff. Let's get this out. They have corrupted AA. Yeah, maybe I just overwhelmed it. I didn't get to see it. Oh, we will leave those guys there as security on that base. I'll try and get a Brem out there. I think I built one. Oh, something blew up. They're in our base. Oh no. Playing like a noob at the moment. I haven't just been worried about attacking them, doing the rush tactic. What are my thoughts on Total War Warhammer 40,000? I'm super excited for it, but I am cautiously apprehensive. I don't want it to be another Rome 2. From what I've seen, I'm excited, but it is all curated, so yeah, I take it with a grain of salt. But if it's a great game, certainly I will love it dearly. Those things are nasty. The army's on its way back, but it's taken its time. Too close to the minerals. Got too many minerals in this base. It's blocking all my line of sight. Well, we get a free assault truck from them. Yeah, the bomber gave it its all, but it fell. Could you guys kill that, please? We need to get all these minerals out of our base. They're everywhere. So let's build a few of these combines. I'm going to repair it. Solve this power issue. What does the Britain thing look like? Come over here and fix this before it goes away. There we go, it's fixed. So what do we get? Heavy assault vehicle armed with anti-aircraft machine guns and cannons in sponsons. High survivability, but not the best armor. They can also recover our dreadnought artillery things. I should have repaired the army, but it's okay. I need a storage, I think it is. Storage next to that mutant building. So we can make more brutes. And silos are needed. It looks like only the MCV can make storage. No, it can't. It can make that too. guys. Go and die. Thank you. Their assault truck will lead the charge. We've got artillery over here. We should pivot to get that. Infantry rush, meet wave. Do we have enough firepower? Thanks very much for the sub, Moxie. Thank you for joining the stream. It's a stream of reinforcements trying to get to that battle, but that will be a futile exercise. So stop that. Let's concentrate on increasing our cap. Got to get all these minerals out of the base. Lots of real estate is used up. Now we're going to get serious about an army. Somehow I think they're going to get shredded. Let's give them waypoints to kill all the higher threats. What do I need for this? The arsenal. Have I not built one yet? Okay. Arsenal is important because it increases your damage. So we want to stack them too. Let's build another building for these brutes. Nowhere that I can actually build though. Let's do it over here as well. Clone factory almost ready. What do I want to attach to it? A storage. Yes, you can do 2 storage and a power plant to make it faster. But you can still only have 20. So building 2, I guess, is no point. Unless this lets us expand the cap. Yes. Right. Alright, I think we are ready for another just trash push, and then I'll start building a real army here. Out of money already, we'll just let that rebuild. Charge. We do have reinforcements that we can bring in. I'll do that as well from the north, if we can. Just wait until we can see further into the base. Try and recover this thing in the middle of combat. That's a lot of infantry. Set them up, set them up, set them up. We want to flank. Get those rockets set up. G'day Azu, welcome mate. How you going? Drop some more napalm. We're throwing the napalm rockets. Almost set up. BTRs need to block that. So what do you guys think? Cool? Not cool? Worth a purchase? I think it's definitely worth a wish list at least. And if you've enjoyed this content, make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe, because then that will let me bring games like this to you on a more regular basis. It gives me some clout to say, hey, I really want to show this to my friends. You got some amazing gifts for your graduation? That's so good to hear. I'm glad that your family are treating you like they should, celebrating how much work you put in. It's no small achievement. Quickly racing over here to destroy the remnants of these Raider scum. That's it, victory! I wouldn't say, like the difficulty that I just played it at before when I faced the mutants, I wouldn't say they were hard, but they certainly had more presence on the map than the raiders, and I couldn't just charge them like I did with the with the raiders there at the start. But in terms of content, that's all that the demo contains. You can play either against either of the factions. You can tailor your difficulty as you please. It says here that 0.5 is easy, so we were playing it on just below what? Just below medium difficulty. So I would recommend that difficulty until you get to know the buildings, because I guess my only gripe is that the buildings are very similar, and until you know what the silhouettes are and what the purpose of them are, you're going to be floundering a little bit. But the game's gentle enough at that difficulty to learn, certainly. And I have a feeling that the higher difficulties are certainly going to offer a challenge, and it'll change the whole aspect, like the whole theme of, I think you'll be like holding the line a lot, and you'll be setting up actual defenses. We were able to be quite aggressive. I didn't need base defenses at that difficulty, but yeah, I think there is 100% potential here, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, let's try size. Let's do a massive one. Who did I choose first? I did this off camera, and the base was just massive. So I will take the heavy hitters at the start. Oh, we might need some infantry with that group. There we go. And then I'll bring tanks, because they seem to be pretty good. Some cheap infantry to go with them. For those that are just dropping in, this particular feature here is to replace the global map, where you would probably have armies from other regions being able to be called in as reinforcements. Or maybe, depending on the production capacity of regions, it will determine what you can bring with you. Hey, we can't build these, so I need a unit of them. I'm not sure why we can't build those. They probably come from a different building. And I would have liked to see super weapons, because what's an RTS without a super weapon? Alright, massive size base. Let's just see if I get crumped at medium with a massive size base. The demo is not yet out, so it's like 20 hours away or something close to that. This is just an exclusive first look at what you can expect. It looks like the map's different every time. That's nice. Or maybe it's just rotated, I don't know. I didn't untick tutorial. We better get on it. It looks like they're already on our doorstep. Yeah, they are. So our doorstep needs to keep expanding. They are trillions today. I think we'll move out. So I dare say that you probably won't be able to start missions with these things very often, or at least not at the start of the game. need that first load of material. Come on. If he's able to make the strategy layer engaging, I have a feeling we've got a winner on our hands. Okay. Maybe we will not survive this. They're already here. We need a barracks. We need some guard. We need the assault squads up there. The building has been destroyed by worms. Got to get the spotters out first. We might need some trenches for this one. We need some dropship troops just to keep the spotting up for the RT. I wonder if the flies act like the screen and just instantly kill your infantry. Get away. We have a little bit of a buffer zone now. Let's just keep some infantry with those dudes while we try and get this base up. Next thing, we need a crane. We'll make it, I think. I think we'll do it. Come on, we need 10 more material. Come on, one more truck. Well, the infantry, the barracks is going to take all the resources otherwise. We've got a spotter aircraft that should help us stay alive. If the game was made by the head of state, I might say don't buy it, but the game is just made by a man who is passionate, obviously, about RTS, who spent a good deal of his life to make it, like it was just said in the chat. commendable that you can do it, I reckon. I'm having so much fun. I might not be good at it, but I'm having fun, and that's really all that matters, hey? Calling in an airstrike to try and clear this corner, because the worms are coming. Alright, we better not mess around, because if they reach critical mass, we might be in trouble. We'll get the brutes out, set up the waypoint out here. They can guard the artillery pieces. And that's totally your choice. But I like to keep my place politic free. I'm all about passion. Passion of the work that is done. Oh, I just clapped my own guy with some friendly fire artillery. We were doing him a favor, I think. A mercy kill. Now I need to work on supply because we are at max capacity for that. We need a supply depot. We need an extra construction crane, I guess. I'll just keep pushing out as far as I can. I couldn't tell you how much the game is going to cost at release. I don't have much news about it. I just saw the demo was coming and I reached out to the dev and said, hey, can I please play it? And he said, sure. I used my manners and everything. It's amazing what manners can do. He didn't know me from a bar of soap, so... Try and get our killing power up. The way is just to keep building construction cranes. You can find a space to fit one. It probably sounds like it. Right, let's call in some reinforcements to help us hold this line here. What have we got first? The tank squad. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here. We've got a stream of bombers on their way. Well, that was cool. Alright, let's push our tank regiment in now, while the fires are still burning. Try and take this point at least. There's a big collector eating the material. Get him. And we are severely out of power. Better get on that. Yes, and physicality is extremely important for me as well. One of my favorite things about the Terminator game that I play is how a shot can miss what it was aimed at and then literally clap someone 4 streets down because he was standing in the wrong place. Or artillery falling on helicopters that are passing underneath the arc of fire. All of those things have happened to me and I love it. We need a second foundry to speed up this production of power. We also need, what else? We need more storage. Napalm is burning our infantry. Let's send the brutes up this side. We'll lay the last of our napalm. We need more processing plants. I know that Steam sales, the Steam Fest starting right on a Monday, it's not the best for enjoying all the games that are coming. And I've played quite a few crackers over the last couple of days. All demos. I can relate to having to go back to the drudgery of a normal life on Monday, don't worry. When you could be smashing mutants. But there's nothing wrong with taking a mental health day, if you know what I'm saying. Yes. What's the silos required? He just keeps saying it. I need more. I can't remember the building, what it looks like. I got a hotkey it. Supply depot. Do I have one? Let's build a heap of them. Is the camera static? No, it rotates. It goes in and out. You can rotate the mini-map. You can zoom in and out. You can zoom right in if you want to. I just like it from a forced perspective. I'm used to it, just singular perspective. It helps me keep my bearings, especially since I don't really know the building silhouettes yet. resource parts, that simulates your economy on the strategic map once it's implemented, and it's for high-tech stuff. So if I want to build the radar, it costs 30. If I want to build an arsenal, which increases your damage of your units by 5%, you need parts for that. If I want to build the high-tech buildings, the high-tech units, such as, do I even have? No, I don't have the building. I don't have a machine shop yet. But if I want to build the dreadnoughts and things like that, cost parts. So I'm assuming that if you're struggling on the strategic map and you don't have much production, you might have to do battles with a limited tech tree, or you might do it to save resources. So I'm really hoping there's some kind of meta play between the strategy layer and the tactical layer. Alright, we really have to work on supplies here if I want to get a real army out. We also need a bunch more collectors. Send the next meat wave. It will be available within a few hours, 20 hours. I think it was like 8 o'clock UK time or something like that. I'm not very good with specific details. It's coming. The whole, it looks, if you look at the radars, showed up all the enemy buildings now. It's full up the top. There needs to be a hotkey on the power plants once you have a foundry, just to be able to build them, instead of having to click the foundry and then click that. That's just a quality of life thing. Greetings, mate. Tomorrow the demo is available. I think it's about 20 hours from now. When the Steam Next Fest officially starts. I hope that the dev is getting some sleep before it releases, so that he can answer the 40 billion questions that are going to be directed at him afterwards. That's my hope. Hope he's rested. We need more material. We need more supply. We need everything to keep this war machine rolling. In fact, I'm actually kind of sick of hearing him say that, so I'm going to turn the voices off. It's not an RTS if you don't keep hearing it. You need more supplies. You need more materials. RTS Renaissance, 100%. And it's the little guys that are bringing us the goods. You can't rely on the big boys to give us anything decent anymore. Little flies have made it in through the side of our satellite base. Sending a hit squad to deal with them now. just need to keep pushing that supply up. We're not making much money this game though. Despite me having 1 million of these, they're getting stuck. Get some guys in the trench. Okay, let's build our machinery plants now. We've got some space. Yes, dreadnoughts do fire while moving, but I like to have them as emplacements. Oh, they stop for a second to fire. Let's get the MCV out to another zone. It's boxed in. Let's build 6 combines to get this money in the bank. Hell March on loop, yes. The Tempest Rising soundtrack's pretty good. There's some of Frank Lepakshi's newest songs. Pretty good effort, I thought. Got the bombers coming in. We've pushed them back halfway using mainly infantry. I'm pretty proud of that. Brutes. Oh yes, take that in the eye. We have another bomb strike coming there. Head south out of it. It's about to drop napalm everywhere. Yeah, we definitely got the infantry capacity, that's for sure. Those barracks are just churning out men. We better get the machine shops doing the same thing. So the first one will make just armored cars, why not? Second one will make BTRs. And the third one will make tanks. The bomber made it home. Look at all the stuff. Where is my radar? Lost it. God knows, there it is. I'm going to hotkey that building. Let's have a look at what exactly is here. Just everything. We don't have any super weapons though. I know they'll be in the game, but the demo doesn't have them, unfortunately. I would love to drop a nuke on this bug hive or whatever they are. It looks like there's a face imprinted on the ground here. The Hannibal Lecter team. We're just doing it the old-fashioned way. Infantry all the way. Here comes the armor, finally. Now having those 3 here will make all the units cheaper by 10%. And we need to keep pushing that storage capacity up. This is like the clone factory. I'm going to put 3 storage around this one so we can get 40 brutes out. Tempest Rising soundtrack is one of those things where it's like, did I buy the game or did I buy the soundtrack? Too many worms, sir. The brutes are on their way. Let's see if that worked. It did, so we can build 40 brutes now. And I guess if you have the other one boosted for production, you can make them really quick. But let's put another storage there so we can just make unlimited brutes almost. There we go. Let's check that. Storage depots might be able to get bigger. Are you talking about the warehouses or the storage? I've been building the large warehouses to keep our fuel cap up, supply cap. But the big ones cost parts though. And the little ones don't give you much. But we're doing alright up here. Let's drop some more napalm. If I just keep reinforcing the front line, we should be okay. They don't seem to have much in the way of an army. And we're at a place now where we're making more money than we're spending, so I feel good about that. Let's build some material machines to make free resources. Just because they're huge though, so that's kind of stuff not going to work. We need more space. The base must grow. I think that would be pretty effective, yes. Or you could just have massive production at home and have a constant stream to the front line, but then you're at risk of being flanked and having them cut off. But seeing as you're not going to be fighting humans, I don't think that's going to happen. I think you can just constantly use your base like you would in Supreme Commander just to feed the front line. But the AI might have some tricks up its sleeve eventually. Yeah, so building those large warehouses increases your supply cap, which lets you build more units. Parts are the global resource, which will be in the main game, and then resources are just the actual unit cost. So at the moment we are doing really well in terms of production. Alright, looking good. Let's just keep expanding the storage. Maybe I could fit another one of these machine plants in here. Make it even cheaper. This one will make artillery. No, that won't. Next time I've played, I will have learned all the hotkeys, so this will be faster as well. You don't have to worry about that. From what I've read, it's going to be single player. That the experience will be geared around a grand strategy RTS. From what I've read, there are no plans to make it multiplayer. But I mean, if you're fighting a war on this scale, I think the AI will be a challenge. You just tune it to your preferences. And that's a fair thing. If it's popular enough, he'll make it. Sounds good to me. I think they've run out of resources. I think they've collected everything in their base. So I need to make sure I don't fall into that trap then, because that would be a disaster. It's time to move the MCV again. This is just the demo. It's just the demo. We don't know when the full version's coming out yet. It's just a taste. Not being able to zoom out more? You mean like a strategy view, sort of attack map view? That might be useful, yeah, because I do feel a little bit constrained. You can remove the HUD a bit, but yeah, I would like to see attack view. Especially if I've got to like have a stream of reinforcements constantly coming to the front line. I'd like to have a better overview of them. That's a good point. Thanks for pointing that out. But I grew up with these kind of games as well, so I'm kind of used to this. The minimap seems clear enough as to what it's showing me. So we're not out producing our supply cap now. Things are dying just as fast as we're making them. This one will be artillery. And let's make sure they're all waypoint to the same place. Just here. Yeah, I think the mutants have completely stripped all of their resources out of their area. There's some over here, but I don't know in the fog of war if they still exist or not. It's not a pretty front line. I think we need to actually muster up now. Hold the line. We're just throwing away resources otherwise. The artillery production has started. Power's about to run out again. The foundry. Durability of new units by 10%. We want a few of these. Let's build 3. 4. They'll fit, will it? Nope. Gifting it to a few people would be greatly appreciated, I reckon. I will say the troops, no. I kind of, because they have different unit sizes. That's an assault squad, that's a sniper, that's an AT, that's a basic infantryman. So for this faction, I'm pretty onto it. The color palette is a bit bland, like you said. It does all bleed into each other, but I can see my units. I'm playing at 4K. I'm streaming at 2K. I will say the buildings for me, except a few of them that stand out, I'm yet to figure out what they are. So like the machine plants sort of blend in with a few other buildings. Yeah. This production, the arsenal and the processing plants, I kind of can't distinguish them easily, but it's a minor thing. I'll learn. I have a feeling these guys will be hard to be like, what the hell does that blobby thing do? What does that do? Alright, we need more supply. We are creating faster than we are losing it. And then I think if you can upgrade a building, it shouldn't be tied to another building. So I've got to find my forge, wherever that is, here, to be able to upgrade my power plants. I think it should just be on the power plant, and once you have the forge, you can do it. And see, now I just unclicked the building. Now I have to find it again. I've got 2 of them, so I could do it twice. I've got standard artillery on site now. And I can't build any more dreadnoughts. I don't have enough parts. We went all in on supplies. I can build 1 more dreadnought. So after this, we're doing it with the base roster. And now I can only build... So all of our stuff is now more resilient by 40%, 50%. Yeah, we've got 5 of these. So all new units will be 50% more durable. And the arsenal is the other one. I need 6 of those to get maximum attack bonus. Just a few artillery pieces. And I'll just use bombs as artillery. Thanks for the tip. You can hold shift to deploy multiple artillery. Now that I have my howitzers here, I think we'll be fine. Whether we make it through in any reasonable time is another question. keep these bombers coming through. We seem to be earning enough of them. It says here that the bomber has a range of 3 sectors, so maybe your air bases will be in certain sectors. An interceptor has 4 sector range. Get your howitzers out. But we've reached a bit of a deadlock here. We need to make it up to this point. I think we've run out of resources. No. Swarm of flies. I still need to keep working on supplies. It's not enough. We could build 2 more of these large warehouses. No, the only faction you can play is this one, and you can fight against rebels, or you can fight against the mutants. Last warehouse. You can play the demo on Steam tomorrow, or less than tomorrow away, on the 15th when the festival starts. I got it slightly early, just to showcase it to you guys, and for anyone that didn't know about it. I'm a pleb too, I just use my manners.
Please, sir, can I play?
More bombers are required. This artillery line is massive. Get up there. We've pushed them out of the zone. We just need to take it now. Yeah, the rebels were a pushover. I basically beat them with the spawning army. It's time for reinforcements. I've been holding off. Uh-oh, stop. There's a base there. Stop, no! Blew up. No, shift just queues it up. But they're already moving somewhere else. No. Alright, we need to fight over and meet up with them. That didn't work. The MLRS have opened up. Oh, what are you doing? The rocket artillery have the range, we just need to spot for them. Yes, you can shoot it without line of sight, but that's this micro I don't have at the moment. Thanks very much for the sub, Fish. Welcome to the stream, mate. Likewise, Igor. Yes, we're humans versus aliens. Clones versus aliens, I think. Got a clone by churning out brutes. Doesn't appear that they will shoot without line of sight. But once you have it, yes, you could probably do that, but I've got a lot of shit going on right now. Artillery guidance. Guard. There's your StarCraft tactics out again. Spotting that building, the House of Mutants. Now they've unpacked. What the hell? Hold position mode. That's attack priority. I think it's on the right setting. I think it worked, but the spotter got killed. Got new spotters coming to the front. I play strategies all the time, and I play mainly on YouTube. Sometimes I'll stream on Twitch, but I don't have much of a following over there. Basically, all I play is strategies. Sometimes I'll play simulators, turn-based tactics, that sort of stuff. We just finished Mechanicus 2. I played Subnautica. Played Tempest Rising. We played Broken Arrow. If it's fun, I'll play it. And yes, there is friendly fire, so I've got to be careful that my troops don't get killed by their own waves of artillery. Thanks very much for the sub, Midways. Welcome to the stream, mate. That's a lot of howitzers. Let's keep expanding the base. We're going to need more howitzers. We can only build little ones now. Have I played Foxhole? I have, but that's a pretty deep game, and I've only just scratched the surface of it. I honestly didn't really know where to start. It didn't feel like the sort of game you can just play by yourself, that's for sure. And the time I played it, people weren't very friendly. I'm like, what do I do? They're like, fucking learn, noob. I really like it. I've been playing it for 2.5 hours now, so that's a pretty good sign. I hope I'm illustrating exactly what you'll get. For the demo, anyway. Where are my snipers at? Do I have any living? It looks like our dreadnought got killed by worms. Oh, my base is just sprawling now. I don't know what's what. You've got to automate it, that's for sure. Here we go. I need a Brem, please. Surely their economy's got to be faltering. I know mine will be if I'm not careful. By 5 men, man, that's going to take forever to get a bigger army. It's certainly a cog in the machine game. I remembered I delivered some ammunition to the front line in a truck. I got on a gunboat and killed a whole heap of guys with a friend. He got blown away and I was left by myself on the boat and I had no idea what to do, but luckily we got home. And that's pretty much the summary of my experience in Foxhole. I could see it being really fun, but yeah, I just had no idea what I was doing or how to even contribute without watching 3 or 4 hours of videos to figure it out. Yeah, we just go massed artillery. When in doubt, artillery spam. I'm sure a human could outwit me. But as long as I can see them, I can shoot them, and that's all that matters. But it will take an eternity to try and expand these warehouses one at a time, with only 5 men increase of cap. So if you want to have a massive battle in the demo, I suggest bringing as many parts as you can. Especially if you're going to do it against a massive map like this. So we won't be using anything special except these bombing runs. But we're certainly earning enough prestige or whatever it is that earns this. I can't build any more big dreadnoughts because I used all my parts. We are gated by that, and that is supposed to be the strategic resource from the global map. I brought 2,000 with me, and I had to spend a few of it to build these large warehouses to be able to field this large army. Yeah, we've got a big year for RTS and turn-based tactics and all the strategy games. It is a renaissance, I feel. Like, I've heard that RTS is dead for so many years, but it held on. And these passionate devs that care about it and want to redefine what the game means, hats off to them. I can't wait for Dawn of War 4. I hope they redeem themselves over number 3. I can't wait for Warhammer 40k in the Total War realm. Although, like I said earlier, I'm a bit apprehensive, cautiously apprehensive. We'll see what they're cooking when it comes out. These things are a bit of a non-threat. Let's bring in some reinforcements from the top. Think someone's breaking through? Aha, mutants, thank you. Just bleeding through on the sides. Yeah, actually I've got garrison buildings too with population cap being used up. These last reinforcements will more artillery, assault squads, and BTRs. I'm really excited for a game called Falling Frontier. I don't know if you'd call it an RTS, but it does seem like one. I have played Menace. I played the demo, and it didn't really strike me as that interesting. But I do own it, and I do plan on playing it on the channel, give it a fair shake, because the demo didn't really do it much justice, I've been told. So, how many howitzers can you shake a stick at? I might actually get rid of these buggers. Yeah, the breakthrough's happening. Let's pivot some infantry. So everyone in the center line is going to push across. The front line will still keep doing what it does. 5 years ago, I know, right? It feels like an eternity. Not everyone makes it to release. We've just got to hope and pray that some good ones make it through. You predict it might humiliate Dawn of War 4? Well, certainly in terms of man hours spent to make it, I bet Dawn of War still spent more man hours than the dev of this game. It just worries me with the marketing when they say things like, we listened to you, we gave you back base building, and I'm like, okay, that's great, thank you for that, I guess. How generous of you. How come my base defense is not shooting the worms? What's going on with that? Alright, we better build some actual defenses down here. I'm not sure why they're not doing it. Okay, I can't build anything. Alright, let's just pivot the fresh production troops over to this side of the base. They can do it. The front line can just whittle away. So all new vehicles will be swung over to that breach in our defenses. For some reason I can't put any buildings down, and I think it's because we're at population cap. No defenses anyway. And my flamethrower is not working, maybe because it's outside of the build zone. We've got troops in the trench there fighting. Foot soldiers, numbers, and are very fragile, but they've got different varieties of weapons. And the vehicles are basically their fire support. The BTR can carry 2 infantry squads, the armoured car has a recoilless rifle. The artillery just does artillery things. Let's get a look at this. This looks sick. Like, it's animated, it looks cartoonish, but then again it doesn't, if that makes any sense to you. Like, it's gritty, it's realistic, it feels like it's got substance, despite being animated, stylized. Well, thanks very much for everyone that's joined us tonight. My name is Ty, and I make content most days in the strategy, simulation, turn-based tactics, basically any game that I think is fun and will let you use your mind. I'm in for it. This is actually my biggest stream ever, so thank you all for joining me tonight. And I just ask that if you have enjoyed anything you've seen tonight, please give us a like, because I would like to make a name for myself. And make sure that you wishlist this game, because I think it deserves it. And I am actually quite sparing with my wishlists. I don't give them to everything. So I don't say that lightly. But it looks like we're about to penetrate the 3rd circle. What's happening over here? We're getting attacked by a fly, and we've lost power. Scheiße. One locust looking thing. I think it's dead. It is. But it destroyed my power infrastructure, I think. As far as I know, it's single player only. And I think someone mentioned before that if the game is more popular enough, they will look at making multiplayer, and I think this is it. This would be great multiplayer. Like, it's got that Supreme Commander feel where you can just pour in the reinforcements as long as your eco can carry it. Unfortunately, I can't build any more supply cap without it being super tedious, so I'm not bothering. And thank you very much to everyone that's subbing now. We've got Taro, James, Lucas, and Uma. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. depending on what region you're in as well, YouTube's actually having a promotion on my channel at the moment, and you can get a free membership for a month. So check the membership tab if that interests you. I don't know why it's happening, but I got an email saying, hey, your memberships are free. But I think it's depending on your region, so yeah, if that interests you, check it out. And then leave when the freebie runs out, I guess. The weird camera angle is just me and my preference of playing these RTS for so long. But if you want to, you can adjust it, you can rotate, and it is a lot freer than I'm making it appear. But I am old-fashioned, so I don't mind the isometric locked camera. Rotation was like an epiphany. It was like a revelation when they started putting it in games. The artillery's a little bit alone, so we better get the rest of the army over to them. Thanks for the sub, Helen and Kahuna. Villander, Uncorked Bat, a whole heap of you. Thank you very much for joining. I don't think it has sync kills because everything's just getting destroyed. That thing seems to be regenerating at a rapid rate. You have to kill it twice. Yeah, see, I wasn't a huge StarCraft player because I felt like the camera was weird, so I think that was a tactical decision on the devs of those games' part to alienate the other audience. As for the lore, I have no freaking idea. All I know is that the planet was devastated by lots and lots of wars, and now there's mutants on it. It's just a grimdark setting, everything's just fighting everything. See, now I've rotated the map a bit and I've thrown out my perspective. Look at these howitzers, bros. There's like, I think there's some bugs in there eating them. And I imagine that when you play as the aliens, you're just going to have huge swarms of crazy bats and flies and mutants and tentacles and oh crap. I feel sad that I didn't max out the parts now because I feel like we should have, so I could have spent all my best stuff. Okay, I'm going to try and build a separate force now so that we can start taking these points. Risky to send the MCV, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, Command and Conquer 4. Don't even get me started. As a die-hard Command and Conquer fan, that was the ultimate insult. Like, Australia has notoriously bad internet. But back then, when that game came out, it was way worse. And Command & Conquer 4 required it online all the time. And my laptop at the time was bloody useless. Like, absolutely atrocious laptop. Barely able to load it. And it wouldn't keep the internet at the best of times. So that game was nearly unplayable, and there were no refunds back then. I don't think I'd have any hearing left if they were any more deep. Come on, guys. Chew them up. We have all the points, we just have to hold them. Let's send our interceptors up here to scout for the artillery. They've been circling non-stop. Yeah, we can't build anything defensive-wise unless it's a flamethrower turret. These things just all jostling for position, trying to get a shot. Yes, you can download the game on Steam demo tomorrow, or within 20 hours or so, as of the start of this stream. I got a little bit of an exclusive access to start off. I felt like this game needed to be aired to show to those that don't know about it. Well, we're getting there. We just need to keep this position here in the center held. And we need to destroy the rest of their factories. Out of the 48, we've destroyed 42. And I like that I was able to set and forget my production. So I set what I wanted and it's now just making them. As long as I've balanced my eco and my supplies, we're good to go. And then it's just a matter of holding on to that and defending any breaches in your line. And I think this will be a typical battle, actually. Maybe not with as many enemies. But I don't think this is going to be very plentiful. I don't think your parts will be plentiful. I think that'll be something you have to work hard to get. Let's see if the spotters can help us. Or would the artillery also need to be on standby? Let's put these guys on standby. Oh, the spotter died too quick. Whoa, they have a fair bit of stuff coming out of that. It's all of their production concentrated in one area now. The difficulty is on medium, but I turned up the enemy count to like maximum. So 4 times. The tooltip says that putting up the difficulty to 2.5, after that the AI gets cheats. And we're sitting at difficulty 1.5. Yes, that's exactly where I got this method from, man. Supreme Commander. I was going to do the siege tank creep from StarCraft, but this is much easier to manage. Yeah, as if you wouldn't want to destroy those things. Jesus Christ, they're nasty. They're certainly Lovecraftian in nature. And look at all the collectors, they've got nothing to do. They've siphoned their edge of the map. Yeah, the RTs are suffering against these guys. We need to focus them in. So in terms of difficulty, I'm not playing at maximum. This is just maximum numbers of enemies. I don't know how hard max difficulty will be. Get up here, we need to take this zone. There's stuff here, but it doesn't look dangerous. I'm friendly firing a lot of my frontline troops. I think that's all we've got now. It's like 80% of the army is artillery. Get these bombers in the back line. Come on. I can't get it to launch. No vision. It's a shame I can't build any aircraft. I would love some aircraft. I think we might stop production of artillery for a while. We are overcompensating. The land battleship, I unfortunately don't have any resources for fancy stuff. We have to use the basic. Where is my... The base is everywhere. Some stuff got blown up. Try and make a bit more space for more army. Almost there, boys. Going to prop it up with some armor for now. The armored cars have been holding their own. It's just been non-stop dying. I'm going to love to see the stats at the end of this. So aircraft are like a support power. Yeah, that must be why we've got interceptors here, but I've used them all up. There is terrain deformation, it seems, like lightly. We've just tilled the soil. But it seems like their production is sort of, because it's concentrated here, it's outmatching my DPS. So I need to keep expanding the army. Got too many of these taking up cap. they are just to rebuild these things that we lost. I need to get these guys like vision. Go BTR. How do we get resources? We are collecting it, but it seems that resources are starting to actually run out map-wide. And I can't build any material fabricators. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, look at them all. Enemy's last stand. It's the artillery line. I'm not getting close. I just read that these guys like to close distance and get into assault position, so I thought I will counter that with copious amounts of ranged. But my supplies are dwindling. Oh, look. What are you doing? The flies are in the base. We're going to go broke. This is a critical junction in the battle. We might actually lose the war of attrition. Lucky I don't have to feed them ammunition. We might be dead. I've just got to get eyes on their last factories and we can win this before the money runs out. Fresh wave of mooks on their way. I did all the hard work about an hour ago. This is the point of the battle where you've just got to grind it. I put so many enemies on the map that this is what this battle is. If you want to watch all the exciting stuff, then go to the start of the stream where I do it all. Think I lost my MCV? Probably. Oh no, wait, was that it there? There it is. And at the moment it's just a combat demo, so there's no strategy layer, but that will be a part of the game. And I'm spending a lot of time talking to you guys. Oh, the behemoth's fixed. If I can find the bloody things, they're everywhere. Bases everywhere. I didn't really build it with any plan in mind. Here's another one. Oh, don't take the pressure off. Renew the pressure. Now keep fixing this thing. And we'll turn it to the big gun. That's where the money's going. They're just circling, doing nothing. Just this one up here. I have to get these two factories here, and then I need to take this point, and we've won. We've taken the point, but it's hard to hold because their production's pretty high. Well, you can go somewhere else, man. If you want to make politics in gaming, that's cool. I play games. We have another behemoth around somewhere. The wrecks are spread far and wide. I just got to find them. There we go. There's one. The other one was further up. Alright, the enemy called for reinforcements. Check. That's right. Politics, they can stay in the real world. Unless the person comes out and actively says what he supports and makes it a part of his personality, then I really don't care what people believe. We are just cogs in a giant machine, and we have no say over what other countries do. I'm playing this on a 5080 and an X3D processor, 64 gig of RAM. In my experience, devs from that part of the world tend to optimize their games because their audience usually doesn't have very good specs themselves. I don't know if I'm going to be able to break them though with this number. Got to try and get some infantry up there. Oh, now my controllers are actually contesting them for resources directly. We're completely out. It might come down to the wire here, and it's a matter of attrition. Yeah, how many friendly kills do I have? All of them, probably. 50% of them are probably friendly fire. I don't need the behemoth. It's literally not needed. But I haven't forgotten about it. It's on its way, I think. I ordered it to move. No, I didn't. It's not going to make much difference. If we had 3 or 4 of them, maybe. Look at all there. They're hanging out looking for resources. Sending worms on the left side. We're almost there. We own all of the points. We just got to get up here. Let's just run it. Significant group of enemies to defeat, but we're on the home stretch now. Got to kill 24 of them. Yeah, 100%. As long as we get workshop support, I'm sure someone with the technical know-how could make it multiplayer. I've seen amazing work done by modders. I do actually cover a lot of mods for strategy games on my channel. Because they're, a lot of the time, the guys that keep these games alive too. Longer than the devs support them. But I think that's well and truly an indication of the sort of fights we're going to be having. That scale was pretty massive. They didn't threaten us directly, but they certainly held the line. Again, I just want to say welcome to the stream, everyone. This is in fact the largest stream I've ever had. 450 viewers, peaking. Thank you very much for stopping by. I know it's mainly for the game, but welcome to everyone. And I dare say this is only the basic tech of this faction, with no super weapons or anything like that. I reckon these guys will have a giant nuke, like giant, massive nuke. Production facilities have fallen, they've only got flies. Stay away from the bomber that's about to drop. First time in about how long does that battle go for? Like 45 minutes to an hour of those artillery pieces just constantly firing in a line. But that was very reminiscent of a game of, what do you call it? Supreme Commander. Like, I remember playing like a 12-hour game with my friends in high school of Supreme Commander. And it was basically that. Just trying to find a way around each other's line of constant units and find a way to sabotage the eco, because you can't win the battle head to head. Yes, we most certainly need a version that has a Kirov. A Kirov, please. Something. Okay, so that was 90 minutes of artillery madness. 6,848 casualties. Units lost. 1,712 losses in supply units. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Enemies killed, 21,000 supplies worth, 530 buildings, shots from large calibers, resources collected. That was fun. Alright. Well, I think we might leave it there, guys. I would just be repeating myself if I did it again. But you will be able to pick it up tomorrow, have it go, wishlist it if you enjoy it, hit like on my video if you enjoyed our time together, and I hope to see you again when this game releases in full. You will see it here first. I am hoping Thanks very much for watching, guys. I've got to fly. I've appreciated all of your company. Nice to meet you, all the new faces, and I hope to see you all again. This was Dust Front, and I hope you enjoyed. Commander Tyrael, out.
You